Hey, here we are out at the wood pile. Susan is stacking wood for me, and I thought we'd share with you just a little bit about how much we enjoy splitting our wood when I bring it in. This is all ash in this wood pile here. These are ash trees that Susan and I planted. Anyway, this is neat because you can, in this one, you can actually see the sapling that this tree grew from. And of course, ash has opposite arrangement, so you have two branches coming off there, but that just happened to split right, and you see that branch died as the trees grew taller, and it's tight knot back here, got loose knot here, tight knot here, loose knot up here, and then the tree grew around that. You can actually still see a little bit of that curve out here. Log buyers get really good at spotting, anomalies like that. Just a little wave means there's a knot buried down there a little ways. By the time you slab that off, you're into a knot. So log buyers get really good at that. So that's going to go back in our burn pile. What, Susan?
Keep right here with the...
Oh yeah, there's where the divot. That's a divot from the wood splitter.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of pressure to bust these.
It does.
And you see these trees have been dead for a while. They're wormy. You've got bugs eating them, and those bugs, those wood-eating insects, they get in there and where they bore through that. These are leaving a black fungal trail behind them. I don't know which bugs these are. In red maple, there's a grade called wormy maple that's really popular for furniture and paneling. But the wormy maple will have bigger holes in that, and it has you'll get like a blue stain around those, and it's kind of an artsy wood. We've actually seen it in was it Philadelphia? We saw that, the Philadelphia Art Museum. The benches down through one of the galleries were all made out of wormy red maple. I enjoyed that as much as I did the paintings in that hallway. So anyway, what we're going to look at here, we have a fork out of a tree. Here's a tree that was forked. If you grew up watching westerns, it's a forked tree. And when you're looking at forks, what you're looking for, does it have included bark or not? Will this be sound lumber, or will it have bark in the middle? And what you're looking for is if the bark is included, that'll be rolled, and the bark will be rolled in. If the wood is attached all the way, you should have a ridge there, and it's not much of a ridge. I'm not sure. I think that when we split that, we'll see no included bark in there. So I'm going to try to line this up so we get close to the pith here and close to the pith here. So I'm going to hand the camera off to Susan, and she can get that. Got to fire this baby up and see if I can get this positioned pretty much right. There we go. That's pretty close. Okay, I'm going to put my ears down and give that a yank. Okay, this is pretty cool. That's a good joint. A lot of reactive wood here. But you see, that's solid wood. Even though this is a steep angle, that tree was able to keep pushing that bark up. Got right through the pith on that side. And I think what we've got here is probably a twig that got buried in there. And that'll fall out as a loose knot if you made that into a board. It's pretty neat. And this reactive wood in here, where they tie together, when you're splitting by hand with a maul, you try to avoid those. You try to work all around those. You don't get into those. When we split this with a machine, it really grunts going through there. So the machine is educational. You can kind of learn how wood splits with it. Okay, and oh, another thing, when you're splitting by hand, this wood splits easier if you're splitting this way. If you stand it up like it grew and try to split down through this, these are held together. But you go from the other end and they'll split apart easier. So that's something you'll learn pretty quick if you're using a splitting maul. Okay, thank you very much for visiting, and thank you for filming, Susan.